Hello, I'm Stacy, and welcome to the kitchen of my old Kentucky home. On many Bourbon and Biscuits episodes, we've been showing you recipes from throughout the state of Kentucky, or known in our region, things like fried chicken or pimento cheese. Today, we're going to show you a recipe that we know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, was created right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Today, we're going to be making Benedictine. Not to be confused with Benedictine the liqueur, which Jessica is going to make in our cocktail later, Benedictine, the cucumber cream cheese based spread, is a little different. Here are the ingredients we're going to need. Cream cheese, cucumber, onion, cayenne pepper, and salt. Well, now that we have all our ingredients prepped, let's get started. You're going to need a couple other tools for making Benedictine. You're going to need a small handheld grater and a strainer. So we've prepped a couple of these things already, but I want to show you how you do it. We took the cucumber and we peeled it, and then you just grate it into a bowl, seeds and all. And our aim is to get 3 tablespoons of cucumber juice to work with. And just depending on the size of your cucumber, this can be 3 small or 2 medium or 1 mega large one. So just be careful with your hands, but this is simply how you do it, and I'm gonna grab a few other cucumbers to get us 3 tablespoons. Okay, we've got our grated cucumber, and we're going to throw that into a bowl. See all that juice in there of some pre-grated that we did a little earlier. And this is the simple technique you're looking for right here. Got a bowl under it to catch it with the sieve. You can also do this with cheesecloth and just take the back side of a spatula and start working it into the sieve or the colander. You can see that juice is pouring out underneath. And again, so we're looking for 3 tablespoons, and that's what we have here. And we're going to repeat this entire process with an onion. So the prep work for the ingredients of Benedictine is really the hardest part. Now all we do is add it to the bowl and mix. So we take our cream cheese, and I like to use whipped like I do in pimento cheese. You can use just regular old block style cream cheese. Just make sure it's softened before you start. But I think the whipped just makes it a lot more spreadable. Now we've got our 3 tablespoons of cucumber juice. Now we're going to add the onion. This is 1 tablespoon of minced onion, and Jenny Benedict actually just used the juice on this. I just alter it a little bit. You're free to use either. If you like a little texture like my family does, we like it actually minced, not just the juice. Then a teaspoon of salt. And Jenny liked to use a couple, like a pinch of cayenne pepper. So I think I poured a little bit of too much in this. I'm just gonna add this and we'll taste it later. So as I'm mixing, I wanted to tell you about the history of this great Louisville spread. It's really known throughout the state now. At just about any cafe worth its salt, they'll have a Benedictine spread in the deli case and serve it on a sandwich. A lot of people like to put it on a BLT. So you can get it at our local grocery stores as well. Well, Jenny Benedict was a restaurateur, a caterer, and then eventually a cookbook author. She started her catering business in the late 1800s in Louisville, and she had a tea room in downtown. And they believe that she started making this cream cheese cucumber spread for her catering clients. And then by 1902, she printed the same ingredients that we're using today in her Blue Ribbon cookbook that was published first in 1902. Now, Jenny also liked to use food coloring in hers. Some people do, some people don't. I'm going to show you, when we get with Jessica, I'm going to show you this version and then what it looks like with a couple drops of food coloring. So I finished mixing this and getting our snacks prepared that will go with this spread. Jessica is going to make you a cocktail that uses Benedictine the liqueur and, of course, our favorite Kentucky bourbon.
Since most people outside of Kentucky would think the liqueur when they hear Benedictine, I decided to embrace the theme and make a Benedictine Bourbon Sour. Today we're going to use 4 Roses small batch, Benedictine liqueur, lemon juice, and a little bit of simple syrup. We're going to start with 2 ounces of bourbon, and we're going to pour everything into a cocktail shaker with ice. And then we're going to do 1 ounce of the Benedictine liqueur And this liqueur has kind of a like honey, complex, warm spice flavor that actually pairs really well with bourbon. So we're gonna do an ounce of this. And then we've got half an ounce of lemon juice. And this bright citrusy flavor pairs really well with the sweetness of the honey kind of flavor in the Benedictine. And I've got just 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. So we're gonna give that all a good shake. All right, get it diluted a little and chilled. And then we're just gonna strain it into an old-fashioned glass. And we're gonna garnish it with a lemon wheel. And there you go, a Benedictine Bourbon Sour.
So Jessica, I've got to admit, the first time I heard about Benedictine in a cocktail, I went, yuck. Because growing up here in Louisville, I thought they put cream cheese spread into the drink.
I actually
right?
had the exact same experience.
So I'm very anxious to taste. I've never had Benedictine liqueur, but
you're gonna enjoy it.
I hope so. And of course, I've grown up on this like you have, right? So this was our version of Benedictine without the green food coloring added. But of course, many Louisvillians would question what that was. So we went on and did the other with the green food coloring added, and we put it in probably the most typical way you're going to see Benedictine served at any Kentucky party, like a bridal shower, next to pimento cheese sandwiches, is this way. And your mom has a special way.
Yeah, my mom always serves it crustless like that and thinly sliced, but with cinnamon raisin bread.
Which sounds so good.
But it's great. It sounds kind of weird, but it's really good.
Well, I've got to tell you that another touching family story on my side. My husband's grandmother, who lived until she was 98, died not too long ago, used to make Benedictine for every family occasion, and she would come to my house well into her 90s with it in a little Tupperware container, and that she would put it next to it, a little baggie, Ziploc baggie filled with ice. But she would bring that and Braunschweiger and pretzels, and that was her contribution to the family meal.
That's a pretty good contribution.
That was so cute. So I'm ready to try this.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you think? Benedictine and Benedictine go well together?
Benedictine and bourbon always go well together. Yeah, I think you've got a hit on your hands.
Great. I think so too.
Well, for more recipes like this, check us out on culinarylouisville.com.
And we'll see you next time on Bourbon
And Biscuits.
Cheers.
Cheers.